Today, let's talk about windscreens. So we're out on the 2025 Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sports ES 1100L for manual. That's a lot of words. And I've been riding around with this stock windscreen right now, which is in the low position. And I have the seat in the low position. And my height is 5'11", or a little over 1.8 meters. And for everyday riding, such as these back roads, anything under highway speeds, I find this stock windshield very sufficient. However, if you're going to be traveling a lot of highway miles, I noticed that even in the high position, the stock windshield does cause me some head buffeting. So, what I did, and maybe to help you, is I purchased from National Cycle the V-Stream medium size windscreen. And what we're going to do is we're going up to the highway and we're going to do a test in the low position and high position of this stock screen. And then I'm going to put the medium screen on, same test, low position, high position. But after, National Cycle reached out to me and asked if I'd be interested in their shorty version, the short version, and the tall version, and they sent those out complimentary. So I'm going to show you what all of them look like aesthetically, and then we're going to try them all out and see how they perform at highway speeds. So here is the stock windscreen on the Honda Africa Twin, and you can see here, we'll check from the side. Now let's get the short, medium, and tall and stack them up and see what it looks like. First up from National Cycle is the dark tint windscreen. Alright, and just to kind of hold it in place there, you can see aesthetically it looks really good. And trying to match it up, you can see how much wider it is at the base, and then the top, I mean, it's ever so slightly lower than the stock windscreen. So it's just about the same. However, because it's wider at the bottom, it may change how the wind deflects around you. So we'll have to give it a go and try. So this is the low dark tint V-Stream from National Cycle. This is the medium light tint from National Cycle. You can see way wider, right? And you can check from the side. You see, check from the side. So this medium one is going to do a really good job. It's probably about 2 inches taller, but much wider. So for someone of my height, 5'11", a little over 1.8 meters, this one may be the answer. And lastly, this is the tall. And yeah, this is really tall. Same width, but way taller. I mean, look at that difference. And it's clear, so there's no tinting on this at all, but you can see the difference. So lowest position, right? I'm gonna rate these, one being terrible wind bashing me all around, 10 being absolutely perfect in a little pocket in a bubble, I don't feel anything. Stock windscreen, lowest position, highway speeds. I give this a 5. I'm feeling it mid-chest up over my head a little bit. It's not bad. Could I do this for 4 hours, 300 miles? That's another one. Man. Ooh, and another one. What in the world? Full force. Alright, so speed limit 65. We're obviously going to do 65. On the shoulders, yeah, I feel it on the shoulders, on the width. And it's not bad for short distances, but I think after like 4 hours, if you're doing some big miles, it's definitely going to start annoying you some, and maybe make your head feel a little beat up. So don't try this at home, kids. Let's shimmy this windscreen up to the higher position. Now with this in the high position, getting up to same speeds, 60, 65. It's taking it completely off my chest, off my neck. Still feel it on the very outside of my shoulders. And now as far as the head buffeting, I'm feeling it right about from nose level up. So inside your helmet, picture from where your nose is up to the top of your head. I feel it swirling around a little bit there. Is it bad? Again, 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being that complete safe pocket of air. I'm going to give this one about a 5 too, which makes sense, right? I mean, a stock bike isn't supposed to fit everyone. They do the best they can to fit a broad section of people. So at 5'11", 1.8 meters, a little bit more, I think that medium windscreen from National Cycles is going to be the perfect tweener. Now, if you're 5'9" and under, this stock screen might be perfect for you. Alright guys, so now you see the V-Stream. From National Cycle, the dark tint short version. I think aesthetically it looks really good. So let's go try it on the highway. And I'm thinking this width is going to change the way the wind hits us, obviously. So we'll do it low and high and see what happens. Alright, so here we are, highway speeds, doing about 68, almost 70. I definitely feel that it's a little shorter than the stock windscreen, because I'm feeling a little more head buffeting than the stock. 1 to 10, 1 being terrible, 10 being great wind protection. I gave the stock one a 5. I'm gonna give this one in the low position probably a 4. Yeah, it's just not doing it. And you look, 73, 74 miles an hour. I could see hours of travel. If you're putting in a big day, this could really get to you. Alright, here we go. Now doing 75. A box truck in front of me, so is that blocking air? Probably. But I do feel, alright, now that that's out of the way, yeah, I feel like this is doing a better job than the stock in the high position. I don't feel that buffeting in my head at all. Very minor. So on a 1 to 10, I give this in the high position a solid 8. It's pretty good. That's awesome to know because I like the way this one looks with the dark tint. Funny, it's shorter but wider, and that changed the aerodynamics of how it buffets my head. Interesting. Feel it a little bit on the shoulders, but it's, I mean, not much at all. $75. Minor head buffeting. Much better than the stock. Alrighty guys, through the magic of editing, that took all of 10 minutes to change it out. This is the V-Stream Medium in the low position. You see how it looks? Looks pretty good. These have a quantum rain treatment, and they are a hardened polycarbonate, which is supposed to be way better than acrylic and more scratch resistant. And they have a 3-year warranty. So let's do the highway test with the medium in the low position. And again, I purchased this particular one with my own money to see how it is, and then they sent me the short and the tall to do a comparison. In the low position, getting some buffeting in my head. And again, I can see out and over the screen, so I'm not looking through it. One to 10 in the low position. I'd probably give it a 6. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. So far, I like the low dark tint in the high position the best over stock. So let's hope we catch this red light here. And we'll put this in the high position. Alright, so quick change, easy peasy, right? Alright, now we got it in the high position. Look at all this traffic, this is insane. Yeah, so it is right about even with my line of vision. To you it's going to look like I'm looking way through it because of the camera position. So let's not even looking. Didn't even look. Alright, so high position. So as I'm riding, I find myself kind of looking through it, which isn't the best, especially if it's raining. As far as the wind protection though, it is a solid, nice pocket. A little bit on the shoulders, absolutely nothing on the head. 1 to 10, solid 9 for the wind protection, but I don't like that I'm looking through it. I am going to do the tall, but this medium, if I'm looking through this, that tall's, I mean, it's going to be way looking through. So great wind protection, maybe good in the winter. And if it's not going to rain, yeah, you could ride with this in the winter. But I'm leaning towards the short dark tint. I think that might be the best. Who knew? I guessed wrong for my buying. I bought this one. Again, seat in the low position, 32.9 inches. Seat in the low position, 32.9 inches. And I am 5'11", just over 1.8 meters. So that's an interesting discovery. All right, so here is the tall windscreen from V-Stream, the V-Stream from National Cycle. Tall in a low position, so let's go highway test that. Still, it doesn't look bad. I thought it was going to be way taller looking. But one thing, let's see something here. Full lock. Alright, so see, that's rubbing a little bit. Again, I don't have this totally snug down, but it does. I don't think it's going to be enough. Even if I snug it all the way down, it's still going to be a little bit of an issue. I don't think this tall one is going to be the winner. But mind you, for the short dark tint and the medium light tint, I'm doing the drastic, right? The low and the high. This has, let's see, 1, 2, let's see, 1. Well, there's little notches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it has 5 different positions that you can put it in. So I think, let's put this back, we'll do the low and the high. But I think the short dark tint and the medium are your winners if you're my height, 5'11", seat in the low position, 32.9 inches, 1.8 meters height-wise. But if you play around with these, the medium could be a winner for you, and the short in the tallest position was pretty good. So let's give this one a go. Let her rip. Alright, as expected, and I'm doing 80. A little bit on the shoulders. Yeah, nothing on the head. I mean, it just shouldn't be. It's covering everything. But I can't see over it. So, you know, this is a 10 for somebody that's really tall. I do feel comfortable enough saying, I mean, if you're probably 6'5" and above, you know, this might be something you want to look at. So, National Cycle, the short and the medium. I think the short has the best aesthetic with the dark tint, and I gave it a solid 8 in the high position. The medium, I gave it a solid 9 in the high position for the wind. Just got to be seeing over it or not seeing over it, so that tells me if I finagle the settings a little bit, I might be able to get a solid 9 out of that in the right position. So what are the chances of this? I never get this green light, and now 2 out of 3 I'm catching the green light. So we'll get this red one here. All right, it's like a pit stop. High position. Holy crap. Yeah, that's wild. You got to be like Paul Bunyan to see over that thing. I'm gonna run the short dark tint on here for a couple of months and ride with it, and then let you know after I had it on for a couple of months, see how it is. And then I'm gonna do the same with the medium. So I think they're both winners for my height, and like I said, great product. I bought the medium, so I paid for it. Thank you, National Cycle, for sending me the short and the tall. Go check them out, nationalcycle.com. And I did buy the medium product, paid full retail price, just so I could do a good thorough review and not sway it either way. But as far as quality, it's good. We'll see how it holds up over time, but that hardened polycarbonate is supposed to be great, and that quantum rain protection. So you can see over if it's in a low position, if I like really sit straight up. But I gotta like look way out and over it. That's just not feasible. So like I said, I'm gonna do the short dark tint for a couple months, ride with it, see what I think, and then switch to the medium. I think I'll do the short. It's September 2025, so we got another 2.5 months of mild temperatures. I'll run the short, and then in the winter, I'm gonna run the medium, and that'll let me know. So worst comes to worst, I got 2 windshields, one for summer, one for winter, and I think they'll do perfect as long as you have the adjustments and the settings right here. So hope you enjoyed this review for the Africa Twin Adventure Sports for the windshield selection from National Cycle. Thanks for watching. Don't forget,